A fun game. The referee blows his whistle. Franklin will move right to left. Johnson left to right. Will switch sides in the second quarter. Kickoff from the 40-yard line, and it's a short kickoff taken by the Upman about the 37, running into his own man, and probably not going to go too far. Keon James was the one who picked it up and ends up losing a yard on the return to the 36.
Yeah, the real short kick, I don't know if it was designed that way or where he was looking to drop it in the...
So Zion Odeja Solomon, who are sixth graders and playing in this game here on the roster. In an I formation, they have a receiver on the left. It's 1st and 10. And a handoff, nothing doing there. And I think it might have been a broken play. Might have been a 1-yard loss on the play. The quarterback for Franklin is Arian Johnson, who is an 8th grader. And as before, it's an I formation, just a receiver to the left. And quickly the handoff. Oh! And the ball is out at the 32-yard line. And they haven't said who has the football. Oh, and the Warriors recover. Elijah Kinsler was the one who recovered it, but not until the 32-yard line. Ends up being a 4-yard loss. They're going to have to make some immediate adjustments. As a matter of fact, they go 4 wide here, and they evenly divide the receivers as Johnson into shotgun with a back to his right will take the snap. Oh, and now they're going to do a little razzle-dazzle here. Will it work? Oh, it might. He'll get some yards, 35 down 37-yard line. That's a nice job by Mickey Schernmeyer, the 7th grader. He was brought down by John Thompson. I mean, hey, he had the right idea. Had to do a little razzle-dazzle.
Series, they'll get a little better idea what they're up against.
Romeo Carmen King, might be Romeo, I'm not sure exactly the pronunciation. He will be the one punting and standing at the 25-yard line. Their last-minute substitution here as number 18 comes on. And now I believe we may have a good snap. Oh, he's got a fake punt. Let's see what happens here. He gets to the 40. He'll have a first down. Crossing midfield to the 45 of Johnson. How about that play? Razzle-dazzle twice in a row. Ends up being the first down of the game. Brought to you by Fifth Gear Apparel. Make sure you follow them on 10. And again, they're going to line up 4 wide and evenly divide the receivers. 2 is standing next to the quarterback, Johnson, and somebody on the right side moves, so it's going to be a false start. But, yeah, they're ruling it a false start. One of the judges said it's a 5. No, they're going to say offside.
No, there was a false start. Yeah, number 99, Elijah Hughes. He's the right guard. It looked like he might have got a little into his pass set before the snap.
It sounded like the judge in the center, he was one that said false start. Was that correctable, or was it just a miscall? No, it's a neutral zone infraction against Johnson, so evidently the wrong signal. Shotgun for Johnson. Takes the snap. He's going to throw to his right. There's a man open. Pass caught. A nice tackle at the 36-yard line. Pass was caught by Carmen King, but John Thompson on the tackle. He's already had a very nice opening drive on defense.
Mr. Thompson saving his defensive team.
Johnson have been overpowering, but since a couple of wrinkles in the playbook have been executed pretty well, that's kind of loosened them up a little bit. Again, 4 wide into shotgun. They're going to do a handoff, a spin move, crossing the 35. He had a chance at a first down. Now he has it, except the flag is down right before he goes down. We'll see what this is all about. It's a 2-yard pickup, but let's see what the penalty is.
Yeah, it came from center field in the middle of the field, usually offensive holding, but let's see what happened.
All right, you got to remember we have different calls for different levels of football, so we just have to trust what the officiating is down there and try and relay the information as best as we can. Remember, these are kids, and we're still trying to learn here. And it ends up being, offensive holding against Franklin, so that first down ends up being backed up, and a 10-yard penalty ends up being the result.
He was a little short of the first down. It was a nice run.
And it didn't work, but ever since going 4 wide like they are once again, they're trying to spread things open. Tajir Williams lines up as a back next to Johnson. This time man in motion, and it looks like a fly sweep is happening. Oh, and he breaks a tackle to the 41-yard line, but that is all he gets. Niari Stalling gets about 3 to the 41-yard line, and obviously got a lot of noise coming from the Johnsons we learned from as well. Obviously, there's so many different ways to go about it, but hey, we're also trying to be teachers as well to see how things develop here. All right, so after a 3-yard gain, 3rd and 7 from the 41, a low snap and a throw, and it's knocked away, incomplete. Wasn't sure who the intended receiver was, but nicely poked away by the Johnson defender. Looked to be Desmond McDonald, a free safety, and 19, I think, was the intended receiver.
Yeah,
18, rather. Step drops or more, and some take 0-step drops. They take it and they just throw and they just lean forward like a step forward. They will go for it on 4th and 7 from the 41. Johnson, again, the low snap, looking, has time. He's going to float in traffic, and it's incomplete. And once again, knocking it away was Desmond McDonald. It was intended for Mickey Schermeyer, the 7th grader. Couldn't quite come down. More details on that a little bit later. Meanwhile, Johnson Middle School at the 41-yard line, their first possession of the game. They will line up in an I formation, a receiver on each side. Inside handoff and a good carry, crossing to about the 47-yard line, and a gain of 6. That was Jalen Williams on that carry.
Yep, fullback dive straight ahead.
Flowing too, because Johnson is playing an up-tempo style. Same I formation this time on 2nd and 4 from the 47. This time, handoff. Oh, not too much happening. A good stop after maybe a 2-yard gain. A good carry on the part of Taquan Suggs, but knocked down by Elijah Hughes.
Good work.
Defense better be ready because already Johnson's lined up here on 3rd and 2 from the 49. Let's see what happens here. Another handoff up the pike and down to about the 48 of Franklin. That's going to be enough for a first down. And like we had talked with Coach Gabe before this game started, old school run the football. That's exactly what they're doing here.
Yep, tight end right, and just a kind of a lead power play.
Basically running the football, and now we have an official timeout to... and let's see what they decide to do here. Looks like Kelvin Hewitt's the quarterback, I believe, for Johnson. From the 47. Another run and a nice hole crossing into the 40, now running to his own guy, still trying to get more yards, but it looks like the 40 is going to be the stopping point for Taquan Suggs, who runs in for a gain of 7.
Suggs is a little guy there, but I'll tell you what, he's got a little power to him, just pretty much running the power ball game right now.
So 2nd and 3 from the 40-yard line. Again, I formation, but this time they put the receivers on the right. Inside handoff and moving to right about the first down mark, and I think he's got it. Gain of 4 on the play. And it's their, looks like Jalen Williams, the fullback, led through.
They've just got to tighten things up. Their linebackers got to get a little more active there.
Just a matter of feeling each other out, and that's what they're doing here. 1st and 10, and they will hand off a nice spin move. Big hole crossing the 30. Down to about the 27-yard line. This time you saw the speed of Suggs that time, and he almost got a first down, and they might move the chains here depending on where.
9-yard gain.
They're going to say about half a yard short of a first down. Now they move the 2 receivers to the left. It's been all runs so far for Johnson. On 2nd down, they hand it up. Oh, missed tackle, and that's going to be a first down and more. Crossing 25 and down the shirt being dragged down to about the 21-yard line. Suggs once again. It looked like he was going to be down the backfield, but when he was able to get through that tackle, he was able to get positive yards that time. So my apologies here. But in the eye, of course, is Williams and Suggs. They do it again here, 1st and 10 from the 21. And now the inside handle, big hole crossing the 15 and down to maybe the 10-yard line. It looks like maybe another first down. And Jalen Williams, he's really marching this Johnson team down the field with relative ease here on their opening drive.
James
Got the ball at the 11. Receivers to the left. 1st and 10 for Johnson. Pitch out this time. And there's some blocking. And, oh, nice outfield tackle. 1-4 deserves another. That was Suggs on the carry, but Romeo Carmen King ends up dragging him down. Might have gone a yard out of the play.
Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
And maybe the 9.5. So after about a yard and a half on that one, 2nd and a long 8. In the I formation. Here's another. Oh, big hole. Crossing the 5, but taken down to 4. Looked like a very nice shoestring tackle there, but it ends up being 3rd down. Couldn't quite get the number of who got it, but 3rd and short. Now Franklin's defense going to have to tighten up.
Saving a touchdown.
And we actually have a timeout. It plays out as they are definitely going big along the line here. Their quarterback, Kelvin Hewitt, under center here. They might go full house. Handoff up the middle, a big hit. But I think it's going to be enough to get a first down at about the 1-yard line. It was a nice design play. Just go up the middle, run up the gut, and that's exactly what Johnson has been doing this whole time.
Yeah, they had the H-back lined up.
And we're going to see if they run up the gut or everyone's going to give up, or who knows, they might throw their first pass play. It might surprise us all here. They go heavy. And Drayon Woods is also in the backfield. Is there a timeout called too, or we're going to have an officials timeout?
Now officials looks like they're talking about something.
Okay. Drayon Woods is actually in the game here probably as a – I'm trying to fourth and about, I'd say, a foot. They can still get a first down without scoring, but no receivers. They all go big, and we'll see if they sell out or they throw a pass play and fake us all out. Quarterback sneak, and it's an easy goal. Welcome to the end. Jackson, who is the kicker and punter for this Johnson Middle School team. They will try the extra point. Now, remember, extra points are like high school and college. They end up landing the ball at the 10-yard line. Let's see what happens. It's a high snap, and the kick is on its way. And how do you like that? The kick is good. Tell you what, that's a leg for you. So, 7-0 to score. Johnson over Franklin here in the second quarter. And Art, how about quick replay? Fourth team. So, again, for more information on that, visit BAMSOPA.com for the Body and Music School of Performing Arts located at 502 Metlers Lane in Piscataway. You can also call them for more information, 732-828-1420. All right, so it'll be kicking off time for Johnson. And it's a little squibber taken by the up man to 32-yard line. See if he has a hole crossing the 40. And a big hit down to the 42-yard line. The big hit delivered by Desmond McDonald. I mean, that obviously couldn't get any further than the Johnson 41. Let's see how they respond here as they widen things up. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. In the shotgun, getting the signal here. Man in motion here. Let's see if they do a fly sweep. And I think the back moved for Franklin, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty for a false start.
I was just trying to see that they may be talking it over. I don't know if somebody came in the neutral zone there when the back came in that jet motion. I think they got Johnson on defense.
Well, I didn't potentially, but. The penalties against Johnson. So Franklin now with a 1st and 10, 1st and 5 rather, from their own 47. This time we're going to triple the far side here. Looks like Hosea Bush is switching sides here, and there's a loose football at about the 40-yard line, and a flag down on that play. We'll see what this is all about. Now another flag that came in real late.
So,
the same one. I'm sorry. It looked like there were 2 flags on the play. I'm sorry.
The quarterback was rolling out to his left. So the defensive end on the left side on Johnson.
I thought it was going to be a major face mask foul. But, okay. So they only called a 5-yard face mask. So we have one of those unusual situations in football where we have 1st and together. But then again, football can be a crazy game sometimes. So it's only a 5-yard face mask penalty. So 1st and 7. As the shotgun snap is taken, quarterback has some time. He's going to take off with it. And, tackled right at that line of scrimmage. A little bit high, but a good tackle by Kyrie Wynn came through. They got some speed over on these sides. I mean, it doesn't matter what position you're in.
Speed and size. So Wynn and
the ball, but it's King actually a quarterback this time for this particular drive. So 2nd and 7 now. Trying to change things up here, a little bit of a quarterback scheme. And they're going to hand off up the middle and, maybe to about the 45, 46-yard line. Number 2 had that one. But Jalen Williams, who's been
set, so I like that they're coming out in the spread set here. It's spreading that Johnson defense out and not allowing them to be so jammed up inside.
They're sending Isaiah Stafford in motion. They had a triple on the far side. However, I think we have a timeout. I'm not sure who called it. 7 from the 45-yard line. It's Carmen King taking a low snap from the shotgun under a rush. He's got to give it a flying double coverage. And it's incomplete. A little bit too high. And it was intended for Nyari Stalling. He just couldn't come down with it. But I'll tell you one thing about these Johnson players. They're going to try and go for it in their own territory. Let's see what happens. Again, the same formation, back to the right. King with the snap, looking, firing left side, and it's intercepted. It's going to be taken to the house by Kyrie Wynn. It's a pick six. Welcome to the end zone. How about that play? You talk about telegraphing that. Kyrie Wynn wins it. Well, shall we say at least that play for I'd say a 40-yard interception return for a score that extends the lead.
A whole half around.
Here's the extra point. The snap kick on its way, and it's an easy one. 14-0 in favor of Johnson Middle School over the Franklin Middle School Warriors. And Art, we're going to bring
playing on the varsity, and you can see why.
And now you see teams like George Mason and Virginia Tech, VCU, Maryland even. Here's the kickoff taken about the 23-yard line, and a big hit down at the 34-yard line, delivering that hit. Jalen Williams, he has been all over the field here in this first half. Interception and subsequent pick six by Kyrie Wynn, who not only plays linebacker, but he's also a tight end and a wide receiver. Here's Johnson throwing, and a pass. Oh, they're going to do a razzle-dazzle at about the 40 and down the 42-yard line. And that might be the way to move down the field against this Johnson team.
I mean, that part, you bursted my bubble. But anyway, that was a nice little play there. Well designed.
I'll see you in round 3. Anyway. And it's at the 40-yard line, second down. Here is Johnson throwing a pop, and it's intercepted again. Taken by Johnson down to the 40, 30, 27, and a late flag at the end of the play. The interception was John Thompson, who is able to bring it down. That ball held in the air for a very long time. And that's what normally happens when the ball goes in the air. It's anybody's ball. And if you're on the offense and too crowded, you want to try and knock it down and just live another try. Oh, and they're going to call pass interference? That's interesting.
Catch him napping here.
Okay, we'll see if they Sean Payton this second half kickoff. And they do not. Kickoff taken at the 35 and basically downed right there, 36-yard line, caught by Dreon Woods. And he decided just to take a knee and say, okay, we will start from our own 36 first and 10. Win. Now they're up first and 10. They haven't had the ball in a while. Now they have it with an I formation, a receiver on each side. And a fullback draw this time, plowing his way to the 40-yard line, maybe the 42-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play is Taquan Suggs.
Suggs, nice hole up the middle there at the beginning of the game. They've got to get active. They've got to make plays at the line of scrimmage or in the backfield.
That was a gain of 8 on the play, so it is 2nd and 2 from the 44-yard line. Whoop. And whistles blew before the play. I think people moved before the snap, so we got flags down. And this could be a false start against Johnson because that was called rather quickly, and that's exactly the call, so it backs up Johnson 5 yards.
Wing official on our side here, the home side caught him.
King's Child Apparel, all one word. 2nd and 7 now from the 39-yard line as Johnson backed up following the false start. Inside handoff again to the fullback, and he gets most of the yardage back down to the 43-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play for Jalen Williams.
Yeah, nice little.
3rd and 2 from right outside the 44-yard line. They have backs behind the quarterback, and it's going to be a pitch-out play, and that's going to be an easy first down and more out to the midfield stripe and thrown down unnecessarily after going out of bounds. Taquan Suggs gets past midfield. They're going to get another 15 for unnecessary roughness.
I think they got number hands off. No sense in trying to do anything after the whistle.
And that's where you get the discipline that comes into play here. Of course, you want to finish the play, but once out of bounds, you have to let loose, and that's one thing you have to learn at a young age, because if something goes terribly wrong, it could be disastrous on both sides.
Wouldn't pass if I was the coaching staff of Johnson. They're running the ball effectively, and that's churning the clock.
They have 2 backs behind the quarterback and 2 receivers on the left on first down, and another handoff this time going out to about the 30, and that's about it. That's where they're going to say Jalen Williams stepped out of bounds to the 29. By the way, real quick on King's Child Apparel, it's an apparel that promotes book.com/King's Child Apparel. Now 2nd and we'll say 6 from the 30-yard line. Same formation as before. Another run, and this time a spin move, bouncing to about the 25, maybe the 24-yard line is Taquan Suggs near the first down mark. He might be a half yard short.
Yeah, it was a nice.
Johnson has not really had a 3rd and long. Here they have 3rd and a very reasonable half a yard here. And they'll go back to their traditional I formation. They go real big, but hold on a second. Flags are down, and that could be on Johnson. We may see a 3rd and long here for the first time.
Yeah, that's going to come back 5. The fullback got a little bit jittery there and moved before the snap. With the ball being snapped, the fullback is actually allowed to go forward. He can actually go in motion, but he can't be going.
Believe it or not, they're going to line up the backs, the receivers to the right, and the backs behind the quarterback. And it looked like there was a jump and no call here. Here's a handoff running to about the 25, bouncing to about the 20, ends up getting a first down. That is Drayon Woods, who is able to get to the 19. I thought the right side jump and no call, but for Johnson, it ends up being a first down.
I also thought the receiver there.
Okay, so into the red zone goes Johnson. 1st and 10. They're going to spot the 19-yard line. And calling his own number as the quarterback. We'll see if he option. Nope. He falls. When you fall down, the play is over. That is Kelvin Hewitt, who tried to make something out, and he just slipped and fell at the 18-yard line. There's also a flag down late, and that could possibly be on Johnson here. We'll see what the officials discuss.
It's like a face mask.
Oh, wow. An offensive face mask against Johnson. You don't see too many of those.
No, it looks like he got him for a 5-yarder. I think it was somebody that was lead blocking. The
time it's been 1st and or 2nd or 3rd or more than 10 for Johnson in this game. Going back, quarterback throws the first pass of the game, and the pass is caught at the 20-yard line and moving out of bounds to about the 17-yard line, and unnecessary roughness follows as John Thompson made the catch and then was suplexed well out of bounds, which is totally unnecessary, and that's going to make it 1st and goal for John.
Take the guy out of bounds and then let him go. There's no need for anything else. But again, you get a little frustrated when a team's driving on you. That's what a running game does. Constantly pounding on you, constantly moving the chains.
It's going to happen, but that's why we play. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Looks like they're going to go heavy everywhere, and they're going to hand it off up the middle, crossing to about the 6, maybe the 5-yard line. That's Drayon Woods, who powers his way for probably a 4-yard gain. Kelvin Hewitt trying to line everything up. No receivers. They got 2 backs behind them. So they go heavy. Oop, left side might have jumped. Left side might have jumped, and that's going to force a 2nd and goal. That's the 3rd false start on this drive for Johnson.
Yeah, they are they've got itchy.
NFL, if somebody's out and they're not playing together, this is what happens more times than not. 2nd and goal now from the 10-yard line. They go back to an I formation, back the pass and lobbing it. Pass is caught and trying to tackle inside the 5. He gets out of bounds, maybe at about the 3. And speaking of 3, that was Kyrie Wynn with the catch and a gain of 7.
And here comes the air raid offense.
And there's a flag down too. Hold on a second.
Okay. Yep.
So,
air raid offense for Johnson Middle School now. All of a sudden, they're chucking the ball around. So, nice little dump-off pass to the tight end, and it looked like number 4, Romeo Carmen King. He had him wrapped up, and some high stepping got him a few extra yards. But we might have a holding call here.
Okay, so there's a signal for a personal foul, and it's against Johnson.
So
now, we don't know if it happened after the play, if the down counts or not, but it's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, if it was dead ball, then on that clock.
Might have been possibly an unsportsmanlike on that play, but whatever the case, the ball be spotted at the 17-yard line.
Now I stand corrected. It's 3rd down, Tom. I'm sorry.
How about this? Shotgun formation, a lob, and the pass ends up being incomplete. And I'll tell you, that was a well-designed play, but it just didn't quite work out. Ends up being incomplete. And I think it was intended for Wynn that time. He just couldn't come down with it.
Well, Kyrie Wynn.
That's why. So now officials blowing the whistle. And I think we're going to have an official timeout. By the way, we're also brought to you by the Warriors for Life Foundation. Of course, you can call 732-649-8814 or email give. The Warriors for Life Foundation is a scholarship foundation, so definitely check it out. All right, so 4th and goal, a low snap, rolling back, being chased. Let's see if he's got room. He will lob it for the end zone, and it is caught. How about that?
Wow.
Welcome to the end zone. What a catch by John Thompson. And I mean, this guy has got to be thrilled. I mean, remember, these are kids. When you see a touch through it and end up extending their lead, and now a high snap for the extra point.
Got blocked.
And I think it was blocked.
Yep.
So the extra point is blocked this ensuing kickoff. Obviously, Johnson, I mean, they got to be running on a pretty emotional high right now after that last play. And they kick the ball off. It's taken at the 30-yard line. Let's see what happens here. There's a hold to about the 40, slowed up down to 42-yard line.
Okay, good return for Franklin. That starts off. That starts the series off well. And
Stalling with the one that returned it. They're going to say to 43. Franklin with the ball, 1st and 10 for their own 43-yard line. Back in the game is Carmen King, by the way. He takes a low snap. He's going to roll to his right. Let's see if he can run. 45 gets down to the 49-yard line. A nice tackle there. Ends up being a gain of 5 on the play. They're going to say to 48 he'll be tackled.
Yeah, so what we didn't see so far from the Johnson defense is those linebackers, which I saw them do in warm-ups. Now, on that play they did. So I like King with the ball here to get around, get to the outside, and get away from that mess inside.
2nd and 5 from the 48-yard line. They're going to shotgun this one. King back, looking. Will he run again? He'll throw. Nice catch. No, incomplete. Little bit wide. Intended for Tajir Williams. That was a nice try. He just couldn't get his feet down.
He what a nice catch there on the sideline, and he good body.
Is football a character building game? It is so much more mental than you think.
Absolutely.
And then again, I'm the one that's mental. So 3rd and 5, right outside the 49-yard line. King again in the shotgun. Carmen King back rather. He'll take the snap. Let's see. He's got a little time. He'll lob it left side, and I guess there was a miscommunication, incomplete. That looked like it was intended for Mickey Schernier, but he could not quite get there. But there's a flag down to 40-yard line, so hold on it for a second.
I think they're going to get the right tackle. I think it's Jaden Myers, number 70.
Yeah, hold is going to be called.
Calling a hold on him. I think he got a hold of the defender. I actually thought that he... I
think instead of 3rd and 5, it's going to be 3rd and 18 from the 35-yard line. So, like I said, this football is done differently, so we just got to go with it here. It'll be Carmen King in the shotgun formation here. Empty gun. Oh, they're going to quadruple the far side. We'll take the snap, looking. I've never seen that formation before. And they're going to lob it to the weak side and in double coverage. Incomplete. And I believe that was intended for Keon James, just couldn't come up with it, but still was double coverage along the left side there. Yeah, you got to have some fun with it. So it's going to be punting time now for Franklin. I mean, they went empty gun there, and I mean, usually a triple on the sides, but I've never seen quadruple.
Yeah, and onto the short side, too, of the field.
I can understand bunching a diamond formation, but that was a straight quadruple, a couple wings, a couple slots, and I don't know how to describe that. But anyway, it'll be 4th down. Here comes the, are they going to try to fake punt again? Oh, and slipping down and falling right at the line of scrimmage at the 30-yard line. Looked like there was going to be an actual punt, but instead Romeo Carmen King was quarterbacking that last series and actually showed some incompletion. So Johnson gets the ball now to Franklin 30, 1st and 10. Still quarterbacking Kelvin Hewitt. And they're going to run this one, and this will be taken 25-yard line. A big flag down, crossing the 20, escaping. 15-yard line, and a missile, big hit. You might as well get Warren Bush Photography to put that on Instagram. That was a huge hit on the running back, Taquan Suggs. But there is a flag down, so it may not even matter.
I'm going to assume here that they're going to get Johnson for holding. They ran a counter tray left. That's where the whole left side of the line blocks down. The guard and tackle are going to pull around to the left side, and I mean they just made a hole out there. And there was a couple good blocks, what I thought, but Mr. Umpire in the middle there saw different and hit problem here for Franklin. The clock is running.
Yes, most definitely. And 2 receivers will be on the left side. We'll see what Hewitt decides to do. They'll run the football. And, a big carry down to about the 35-yard line. Suggs again was the one with the carry for a gain of 3.
Suggs has had a good game running the ball tonight. There's nothing fancy, just Knight Johnson.
Well, the funny thing is, I think they've had more penalties than Franklin, and we saw a lot of it on the last drive. Here's another handoff to Suggs. Oh, he has a hole. Crossing the 30, has room to the 20, and brought down to the 15 for a first down. Quite a run, almost a 20-yard gain, and back into the red zone goes Johnson.
Yeah, simple off tackle.
But they get right back to work and make up for it.
Yeah, they get
and
right
now
to
whistles. And we'll see. I think we got the sponsor I was actually supposed to read. There was one. I'll get to it on another play.
So, Tom's a legal substitution call. It looks like he signaled on
fine for Johnson, looking to extend that 20-0 lead. Let's see what they do. Again, I formation this time. They spread the 2 receivers to the right. We'll see what they can work any play they want, but they're going to run it. And crossing inside the 5, down to about maybe the 3, the 2-yard line possibly. Gain of 7 on the play. And once again, the runner is Drayon Woods.
Yeah, the big fullback. And you know what's tough here is a little bit. It's very tiring.
So it ends up being 1st and goal after the 7-yard gain. Ball spot the 3-yard line. Let's see what they decide to do. Will they do another quarterback sneak? No, fullback handoff up the middle and in for the goal. Welcome to the end zone. This time, the score, I believe, I thought it was Woods. No, it was, I'm sorry. It was number 9, Jalen Williams, who comes through. And run, they absolutely have almost to perfection. Oh, and a wide snap, and that's going to be a broken point after, which is going to result in a sack and a conversion that fails, so it ends up being 20. Virginia Tech, Maryland, of course, being part of the Big Ten now. I mean, there's and don't forget, too, West Virginia. Let's not forget Big 12. I mean, that's not too far away.
No, it's not.
I mean, you got a lot of big schools around, and they can certainly be looking for people like that. And we'll see down the road if that happens. It's a live ball. That ball ends up going all the way down to the 4-yard line, where let's see if it's going to be returnable. 1 missed tackle, and not going to be 2 missed tackles. Down at the 5-yard line.
They were a little undersized on defense at linebacker, and so when you play a team that's a little bigger and likes to run the ball, it's a tough mix.
Well, here's a handoff for Franklin on 1st and 10. It's not going to amount for much, maybe to about the 6-yard line. And that carry was Isaiah Stafford. Okay, so be 2nd, and we're going to say about 9 from the 6-yard line. Again, they're going to spread the formation. Shotgun formation this time. Here's the snap. They're going to go inside handoff this time, and not going to be much there. Maybe another yard on the play to about the 7-yard line. Again, it's Stafford with the carry.
Yeah, he's running hard. Again,
these folks still have to grow into their bodies. Still going to be a few years, but I mean, they can certainly do a lot of things. They're 3rd down as they go through a screen. Oh, hit in the end. Oh, the pass is caught. Oh, and thrown down at the 10-yard line was number 2, and it looked like a very high tackle. Could have been. Yeah, they do have the flag down, so you're going to add another 15 to that because you just cannot tackle smash, because, I mean, that was a very, very high tackle. And you know, it is a horse collar. It looked like it was going to be the back of the neck, but the horse collar you cannot do. I mean, that's a safety issue in today's football.
Absolutely.
So tack on 15 more yards, and it's going to be a 1st down for Franklin. By the way, 1st downs, of course, broadcast these games, you end up having some unforeseen moments happen like that. But
Tom
anyway,
doing his best Foster Brooks imitation there, I think.
I don't even know who he is.
I think you do.
Here's a one-hopper to the quarterback, and he snuck out 1 tackle.
Look out.
Out of a second, he's going to get positive yardage down to the 31-yard line. So I may not know Foster Brooks, but I at least know Houdini, because that was a 6-yard gain there, because he escaped from 2 tackles. It should have been loss of yardage.
Yeah,
there.
it was a nice job.
Okay, back to live action here. 2nd and 5 as they're going to try another razzle-dazzle play, but this time it did not work. It's going all the way back to the 20-yard line. They try and do a flip play. Isaiah Stafford got the ball and ended up going the wrong way and loses 10.
I don't know if you remember that play in the 1st quarter, Tom. It actually
But on both sides for Franklin, obviously, clearly they've been outmatched today, but here there's a 3rd and 15. The ball spot at the 20-yard line. Shotgun formation. And calling his own number, the quarterback is King. King to the 35, down to the 39. A first down and a gain of 19 yards. What a nice job there by Carmen King. Had to get your thoughts on something else, but we'll do that after this play.
I like the call. King's back in a quarterback now and called his own number. Listen, he's obviously the playmaker of the offense that we know of right now. Probably the best playmaker we've seen tonight for Franklin. So why not give him the ball?
All right, so he will get the shotgun snap on first down. Heave it down the left side, and it's incomplete. That was a hard hit, but he was well out of bounds. Intended for Nyari Stalling, but he couldn't come down with it. Now, Art, you got to remember, I mean, this is a
yeah, these guys have got to remember, listen, on this level, on any level, don't talk to the officials. They're human, they make mistakes, but talk to your coach. Let the coaches do the arguing for you. Don't talk back to the stripes.
And we've seen that. I mean, in our broadcasts, of course, now from the 24-yard line. So Carmen King in the shotgun formation, again evenly dividing the receivers. And let's see. Oops, evidently. They had two men. Well, first of all, they had a guy moving before the snap next to a King, so that's going to be a false start.
Number 9, Kenyon James. He was coming in orbit motion, and he was going to take that handoff for a jet sweep there, and it looked like the back moved before the play was stopped.
Well, I was just going to say before the interruption, your thoughts
to look at some kids, look at some names, and you never know. You see their name pop up on the high school level, varsity level, and maybe on the college level.
Okay, calling his number again is Carmen King. He's going to have some room crossing the 30, tries to reverse gear, but he's surrounded and only gets to the 32-yard line. Probably would have been better suited going out of bounds in that play. I mean, he's still got some